What's up, everybody? It's your boy J.R. Lee, aka Food for Thought, and we're back for another special episode of the Fly on the Wall Show. And guys, today is about to be a very special episode. Things are looking a little bit different. It's an experience this time. Shout out to the Plug ATL. Shout out to Remello Vision on the visuals, man. It's about to be a beautiful experience. And today, guys, it's different because, one, I'm joined by the beautiful Natalia Lee Marie. She's going to be my co-host for today.
Hey, guys.
Yes. And by the way, this episode is sponsored by Golden the Brand. We're both wearing Golden the Brand.
Of course.
Absolutely. And, man, I got my brother, the Trendy Chef, joining me today. Trendy.
Man. Oh, you got me all the way in the ATL, huh?
He in the ATL all the way from California. And Trendy is no stranger to the show, actually. Trendy was actually one of my first, I think, 5 guests back when I think we did our episode when I was in the hotel room doing some content, man. And so Trendy,
Yeah.
it's going to be dope, man. You're one of the first people that really showed love, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I asked you, like, yeah, let's do it. You reposted the flyer and everything. You was excited.
Yeah,
you gave us a whole show. You had the fog and the smoke.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's the experience. So,
Yeah.
the first person I had to have was you, my brother.
I
So,
appreciate you, man.
show how you been,
We got to
man.
work together all the time.
All the
I've
time.
been good, man. I definitely got a lot to talk about. I've
Yes, sir.
been working on a lot since then.
Yes, sir.
So much stuff has changed. It's like
Yeah.
ridiculous for you and me. So
For
much
sure,
stuff
for
has changed.
sure.
That's crazy. When was that anyway? Like,
I want to say that was about, I think it was December or October of 2020.
dang.
Yeah.
A while ago.
That was at the beginning of the
Dang.
show type stuff.
Time
yeah.
flies. What time?
About a year and a half ago.
Yeah, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it, man, for the Trendy, for the people who may not know who you are. You're going viral everywhere on the Shade Room. I think you've been posted as the most viral chef on the Shade Room in history.
Yeah, I've been posted. I've been the chef to be posted the most on the Shade Room.
For
Yeah,
sure.
they like new chef, like they have not posted. I think I've been posting on like 13, 14
13,
times.
14 times,
Yeah.
man. Millions of views on TikTok.
Yeah.
Crazy on Instagram.
Yeah.
For the people who may not know you, Trendy, let's talk about yourself. Who are you, man?
I am the trendy chef. I used to be called the weirdo chef because of all the crazy stuff I do on the internet, man. The deep frying. People know me for deep frying the water. People always double take.
Deep frying water.
See, that same thing. Everybody always double. I never met anybody that didn't double take. Like, they be like, I have a normal conversation. Yeah, man, I deep fry water. And I say it regular, like it's just a regular thing. I deep fry water. But anyway, they be like, hold on. What? Stop. What do you say? You say you deep fry what?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, water from a water bottle. Like, it wasn't, people like, did you freeze it? Was it like, no, it wasn't frozen. It was from a water bottle. It's gastronomy. I learned it in culinary school. So most, a lot of people, shout out to everybody online cooking and stuff, but a lot of them are like, they learned on social media. They're just doing it for social media. I really went to school. I traveled the world doing it. I learned the scientific ways of doing things in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. So gastronomy, I just gelatize the water. And when you gelatize the water, you bread it just like you do chicken or any other thing that you're frying. But then when the gelatin hits the water or the fryer, it pops the gelatin and it just leaves the water in breading. So it's just literally fried water.
Wow.
So,
That's crazy.
and I was the first to do that.
You
And I
drink
don't know
that?
why I
Eat
did.
that?
It was disgusting. It wasn't good.
It gotta
but
be.
It wasn't good, and it was scary because it's like you're deep frying water. So you're like, is it 1,000,000 degrees when I bite into this?
Yeah.
So I had to definitely let it cool down because I never
didn't
fried
think
water.
about
So I was
that.
like, I'm like, what if it's like 1,000,000 degrees and I burn my tongue off or something?
Then it's
So-
a hospital visit.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was like I got a lot of it was fun, but I got a lot of crap for it. A lot of people that didn't understand what I was doing. They were like, why would you deep fry water? It got, I don't even know how many millions of views.
Yeah.
Like in 24 hours, I already had over 1 million. But it was all over everywhere. Even I forgot the newspaper article that put me in their like it was in the actual newspaper that come to
Yeah.
people home.
I can imagine.
But it wasn't for a good thing. Like I think my dad or somebody was like, "Hey, you're in a newspaper." I was like, "Oh, that's dope." They was like, "Not for a good thing." It's saying it was like a TikTok suicidal prank. And I was like, "Suicidal prank? Y'all overdo it?" And they was like,
That was a reach.
And it was like, and they reached out to, I guess, one of the top scientists in the United States to recreate it and to tell if something went wrong. He was like, if it was a hole right here and it hits the water hits the fryer or the oil, it's going to boil over. It's going to hit the fire. It's going to explode. I was like, none of that happened though.
Yeah.
I was like, you're saying everything that could have happened. I guess people are recreating it, like a lot of
Okay.
kids, but everybody was successful. You just followed my steps.
Yeah.
But I guess they were saying I should have said, don't do this at home or something. Don't try this at home. So I recreated the video and then I said, don't try this. But even if you say it, people won't try it anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
So
you
it's
live
like-
and you learn.
Now, question. Shout out to you for being in the paper, right? And now, so being in the paper now, a lot of people want to be in the paper for good things, but sometimes it's not always good things. Did that hurt the brand, or is it for you like all promo is good promo?
Yeah, all promos good promo. It didn't hurt the brand at all because it's what I do. Like I'm doing stuff that nobody's ever done, and it's always something like whenever I do anything, people like it's been done. I'm like, then show me, like research, show me, send me a link. They can never send me a link. I won't say that I did something first unless I researched it and I researched it more and more and more because it's a lot of stuff that. Of course, I didn't do first, but if I know I did it first, then I'll say it on social media like I was the first to do this because I did my research before I posted.
No, I think Soulja Boy probably did it first though.
Yeah, Soulja Boy did everything. I just seen something about him saying he was the first to put French fries on a burger. I was cracking up. I was like,
Reaching.
I was like, what?
So man, like the Trendy Chef, how did you get that name? And before you were the Trendy Chef, I know you was the Weirdo Chef. Like, what got you like cooking? Like, what was your inspiration to start cooking?
Not being in a household where it wasn't like I had a stepmom that cooked food, of course, but my parents are older, so they wasn't always cooking, and my dad couldn't cook for nothing in the world. So it's like I was like, man, I need some real food, and I literally never thought about being a chef, none of that. And I was like, you know what? I saw an infomercial. It was like middle of the night. I was like, woke up like it was like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I left my TV on. And I was like, what is this? It said something about culinary school. I was like, culinary school? Was that like a home ec class? I didn't know. I was like, I already took home ec in high school. Like, what is a culinary school? And then I was like, I signed up for it, and I went, and I was like, oh, this is not home ec. It was like, you need to serve safe. You need to learn how to hold a knife before you can even touch the stove. We were doing like thousands of dishes a day while studying like this huge book for our and if you didn't pass the serve safe, you actually got kicked out of the school because you can't cook. You can't be a chef in any restaurant without a serve safe. You can get a food handler and be a line cook. You cannot run any kitchen without a serve safe.
Wow.
In California.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I got the serve safe, and I was still like, I didn't even know how to cook an egg. I didn't know how to boil an egg. So they was like cooking. Everybody else in the school was like, man, my grandma raised me, my mom, I know how to do this. So I was looking around like, y'all really know how to cook. I was embarrassed because they was like, do a sunny side up egg. I was like, what? Like, sunny side up egg. I'm from the hood. We eat our eggs all the way through.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, whatever. And then I burnt the hell out of it. People was like laughing, like, man, you don't know how to cook egg. I was like, bro, I never cooked in my life.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, I think it was junior semester. I was studying from freshman to junior. That's like, it was like a year and a half because it didn't go like year by year. But I was like studying my ass off. So I did a competition. It was 1,200 people. It was a 2-week long competition. I placed first, number 1. And then when I went up to the stage and got my my trophy and my awards, I had on overalls, I had my skateboard, and then I had like my chef coat over, but like one strap was off, and people was like, okay, that's weird. I've never seen a chef like that. And then people like, man, you like a trendy chef, bro, but you're a weirdo at the same time. I was like, trendy chef weird. Okay. I patented, trademarked, all that. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna run with this name.
Yeah.
So that's how the whole name came about.
That's
lit.
dope. That's dope, man. That sounds like an interesting experience going to
Yeah.
chef's culinary school. You wanted to be a chef at one time, right?
Yeah, I did actually. Like in high school, like
Yeah.
I was obsessed with like cooking and stuff like that.
Dang.
I wanted to go to Johnson and Wales.
That's one of the best too.
Yeah,
Dang, you went to go
yeah.
to one of the best. I went to.
Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of money. We had to go to smaller school. That's like the top of the line right
Yeah.
there.
I went
Dang.
to visit and everything. I was like, oh man, and then it didn't work out. That
Why
way.
not?
Yeah.
I feel like, well, I moved from New York to Florida, and
There's
my
a
senior
there's a
year.
Johnson and Well in Florida, by the way.
Yeah, but I
Miami.
feel like, well, this is what happened.
Okay.
So when I was in New York, I was taking AP classes. I was
Shout out to
ahead
New York.
in like, all my classes and stuff like that. When I came to Tampa, none of my credits transferred over. So like I was like behind. Like I had to take like remedial English or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't take FCAT, just all this stuff. So like my GPA was much different when I got to Florida than New York. So I had to change my whole like trajectory of where I wanted to go to
Dang.
school and everything. So
Dang. But
Yeah.
you do culinary classes as well though, so you can get her right.
Yeah. I teach more youth cooking class. I don't think I. Everybody's been telling me to teach an adult one, and I haven't yet. But I think I want to touch on that too. Like
Yeah.
I want to definitely teach like couples how to, you know, it might be two couples that can't cook, both can't cook, you know, like teach them. I think that would be like my next move because
Cool.
I've taught ages 3 to 14. So I traveled all around the Inland Empire, which people don't know what the Inland Empire is. That's just like all Southern California area.
Okay.
You know, from the Riverside to the San Diego to the Palm Springs, and travel to all these schools, not getting paid, none of that. Like literally going to teach these kids. I had a program called "Put the Knife Down and Put the Guns Down, Pick the Knives Up," the chef knives up. So you know, I was teaching them like in the hood, going to hoods. Like man, they was like, yeah, I have my strap all the time. I was like, look, bro, put that down, put a chef coat on, pick a chef knife up, and I changed a couple lives for sure. Like,
wow.
Yeah, some parents still thank me today. Like, man, you saved my son's life, my daughter's life. I was like, that's what it's all about. That's worth way more than millions. That's worth more than millions and trillions of dollars saving lives like that. Yeah. Because a lot of young black men from the hood, like from the different neighborhoods, they thought cooking was like a female thing. Like, no, that's not. Why would I do that? Even when I got into cooking, people was like, you're cooking? Like, 'cause I came from like crazy neighborhood, hanging out with crazy crowds, and it was like, you went from fighting, like doing all this, and now you're cooking, bro. Like, they was laughing, but then like a year or two later, I had people doing like life sentences, real friends of mine. They was like, man, I'm in here cooking now, bro. I was like, dang. Like in my mind, I'm like, that's dope that you're doing it now. I wish you would have did a little bit before. But then I had people that's still going to get released. They're like, bro, I've been cooking. I've been watching your stuff. I'm like, I ain't gonna say how you been watching my stuff. but he was like, yeah, I've been watching all your stuff, man. I want to be a chef when I get out. I was like, bro, holla at me when you get out. We can cook one-on-one. I'll show you some stuff.
That's
so
strong.
It's like,
that's strong.
That's very strong, man.
Life changing.
But you know, speaking about that neighborhood, man, for you, like, what was it like? Because what part of California you from?
I'm from Moreno Valley, California.
Moreno Valley. I never heard about it. What was it like?
They call it the Murder Vow.
Ooh, the Murder
Vow.
Yeah, they call it the Murder Vow. And that name is really what it is.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So, like, what was it like for you growing up as young Trendy, little Trendy?
Man, just being like really raised by my dad, my stepmom. Like I said, my parents are older than a lot of other people's parents. Like their kid, they was like, yeah, my mom's in our 20s and 30s. I was like, my dad's in his 40s, 50s. Like my dad, they thought he was my grandpa picking me up from school.
Man, shout out to pops.
Yeah, I was like, so you know, it was easy to get away with a lot more stuff because he was older. You know, I used to steal his car in the middle of the night, go to he be laughing at this too. Steal his truck in the middle of the night, go to parties, fight. Like just fighting was like I was loving to fight. I was like, you know what, I love to fight. Let me just pick. I literally would like be driving in a car, see the biggest dude, and I'm like, hey, pull over. They're like, pull over for what? I was like, I'm gonna fight this dude. They're like, why? It was just my mind was just, and I think that was a lot after my sister passed. So my sister passed at the age of 15. I was 15, not her, but she got shot and killed in Vegas. And after that, I was like, oh, this is what life is? All right. I'm about to just be beating up everybody and going crazy.
So how you were 15 at the time?
Yeah.
So like how did that? Because like loss is something that's very hard to especially when it's like something that's violent. Like what was going through your mind when you found that out? Like
it was actually crazy. My little brother, he's like me, like tough guy, and he was at the park, like he was crying. I was like, and I was walking home from school or something. And I was like, hey, bro, you good? What happened? Like, our sister died. I was like, nah, it still didn't hit me. I was walking home. I was like, what's he talking about? I was shocked. Then I just fell down when I seen the family. So I was like, dang, for real? So I just went nuts. Like, I was like, you know what? I took it the worst. So they was like, man, I didn't see nobody for weeks. I was like on the grind, like as far as like ready to beat up people, ready to rob people. I was like in that mind. So, and I was doing so much crazy. I see my dad like tear up. He was like, you know, I'm going to lose you if you keep doing this. So that's when I was like, you know, I got to go to school. I got to do something. Yeah. That's when the whole cooking thing, because I didn't even think about cooking. It was basketball, skateboarding. I was great in basketball. You know, I was like one of the biggest stars from the area. Like, people couldn't even touch me.
You like you played basketball, bro?
Yeah.
What position you played?
I played small forward.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was tall and lanky, but I wasn't big enough to play center or power forward. I wasn't like those big guys. I was the Shaqs. Yeah. But yeah, basketball was my passion. But I was like, you know what? Let me try this cooking thing out. But it worked out.
It worked out, man. And was that rest in peace to your sister.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Was that your only sister?
No, I got 7 sisters, but another sister,
7
Pat.
sisters,
Yeah,
that's a lot of girls, man.
yeah,
Daddy,
and they tough too.
They tough.
I pray for your
Yeah, they
dad. That's a
tough.
lot of girls, bro.
And then another sister of mine passed in 2018 from breast cancer. So yeah, so it was another sister. You know, she didn't really talk about it with the family or nothing until it was like really like last minute. So, you know, going through that, and that's when I was really like on the grind, done with the fight and done with everything. So that kind of set me back a little bit too. And I was like, dang, man, what's going on? You know, and then my pops like, I can't lose no more kids. Like, you never want to go before your parents. So I was like, that one, like the first sister, it was like mean, angry. The second one, I was like, man, I got to grind. Like, you know, the family need me.
Yeah.
So it was like a whole different mind from being 15 to being grown. So it's like, all right, yeah, I got to grind. Like,
I'm holding in the cough. I'm not crying. I'm just holding in the cough. But yeah, man. Wow. You want to talk about losses or anything like that? Or?
Well, I was just going to say, like, I was listening to you and I'm thinking about like that perspective shift. Like you said, like the difference between you being 15 and then you being an adult, you know what I mean? And how you took that. And so when you were 15, you got rebellious. But then when you were older, you took that kind of like, maybe like life short, or you know what I mean, in the sense of like, I really gotta leave a legacy for my kids, I gotta really leave a legacy for my family, and like make sure that both of my sisters, like, they didn't pass in vain. You know what I mean?
Because you never know, man. Life is so short, especially even this year. We lost so many people, like in general. So it's like you never know. So it's like, man, it's time to grind. You want to, if you, by the time you leave here, you're gonna be like, man, I did a lot. You know, when I leave here, I want my kids to be like, all right, dad left us behind knowledge, money, you know, we're good. You know, so yeah.
And shout out to your kids, man. How many kids do you got, Trendy?
I got 6 million kids, man. You know.
But nah, man.
he's like but
the amount of followers.
Damn, I wish I had 6 million followers. But yeah, those are my
It's coming.
Nah, but for sure, man. But you are a single father.
Yeah.
So what's that like, balancing, you know, life, business, your children? I know you be doing your daughter's hair.
Oh yeah, you saying that? I don't know what I'm doing.
Taking your son to
Figured
all
it
his
out.
games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's that like for you, being not only like a businessman, you know, but a father as well?
Man, it's I don't even know how to even put it in words, the amount of work it is, because it's like you still want to spend time with them, but you know you have to grind, you know you have to get the money. And then when the whole pandemic thing happened, when you had to teach the kids because the schools were shut down, I was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And that new math, oh no, I don't know if y'all know the new math.
I don't know the new math.
That new math is crazy. I didn't know what. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
And
I feel like that's what our parents were saying when we were young.
Yeah,
like, this is math. Like,
like, what math is this? So it was, man, it's just like, in my mind, I have to do it. You know, it's hard. Even I have so many friends. It's like, bro, how are you surviving right now? Like, what do you? That was like, I wouldn't even be able to even be in your shoes for 24 hours. You know, I'm taking the kids to catering events. And then from there, going to my son's basketball game, daughter's basketball game. I'm going here, there. And I'm still being the dad, still paying the bills, still doing, and then still trying to live my life at the same time. So you got to balance it all. It's like, you know, when the kids, to me right now, how I keep it organized, I'm like, all right, the kids go to school, you know, from 8 in the morning to like 3:30. Let me get all of my work done, or as much as I can, so when they get out, I can spend time with them. Not, you know, I had to learn that because it'll be like they'll come home from school. I'm like, yeah, go watch TV or something. I still got work to do, and I don't really see them. Like, yeah, they live with me, but it's like, go play video games, go do something. I still gotta. So I had to stop that. I was like, nah, I can't just they come home, watch TV, and then go to bed. Like we had to stop that. So it was like, nah, I'm gonna finish the work by this time. Pick y'all up, spend some time with y'all, watch movies, family night, game night, teach y'all something every night. You know, you got to read, you got to tell me what you learned about. You got to write it down. I want y'all to be, you know, I want y'all to be entrepreneurs. I don't really want. I told them the only person they should work for is me. And when they do work for me at a young age, I'm gonna treat them like everybody else. It ain't. You still have to fill out an application. You still have to sit down at an interview. Not even with me. You have to sit down an interview with the management. Like, not, it ain't gonna be dad right there interviewing you. And they gonna tell you if you got the job or not. So it's like, literally, you ain't gonna just get the job.
Yeah.
Like, so I want them to be like that, not like, oh, my dad got this restaurant, I'm gonna work, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nope. You gonna learn how it is to fill out application, job interview, and all that stuff.
For sure. And like, for you, Trendy, why, you know, that sounds like ownership. Why is ownership so important for you? I know you learned that lesson a long time ago from when you first started as a chef. Why is ownership so important for you?
To me, just it's not for everybody. And I tell people, as long as you love what you do, because like some entrepreneurs are against like, man, forget a 9 to 5, man. You have to do this. You guys are bumping. Like, if you work somewhere and you love it and you love work for somebody, do that, because this entrepreneur life is not easy at all. It's way harder. And I tell people like the 9 to 5 is the easy way out. You go to work, you clock in. It's the same schedule every day. It's the same payment. You get paid every 2 weeks. It's the same. When entrepreneur, our days are not the same at all. I never have a day that's the same. You know, I have to travel here, do here. Right now I'm in ATL doing a podcast. So it's like I'm everywhere. So I tell people like, well, what really set it off for me is a big thing that happened in one of the restaurants that I was in. You know, I came in, I think I was one of the first black sous chefs in the area. I came in happy, like, yeah, man, I'm first day on the job. I'm the first black sous chef in this area. You know, it's an all white city. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grind. As soon as I came in, one of the executive chefs, so he was sous chef, he got moved up to executive chef. He's like, man, I got something for you. I'm like, all right, cool. And then he brought in, what was the first thing he brought in? He brought in the watermelon. And I'm still on the grind, so I'm like, it's first day, I'm hyped up. Watermelon, I was like, all right, put that over there. I love watermelon. Like, all right, cool, man, I'm eat that for lunch. Like,
do.
I was like, you know, man, you know. But then I was like, all right, cool. And then he brought in a grape soda. And I was like,
all right.
I paused for a minute. And I'm like, you know, I don't drink soda. I ain't drank soda in 10, 12 years. I didn't drink soda. At that time, it was like 10 years. So I was like, you know, I don't drink soda, man. Like, give it to somebody else. Like, put it over there. And then he was like, all right, but one more thing. Then he brought out fried chicken. I was like, oh.
I see what this is.
Oh, this what you doing? And I was like, you think that's funny? And then I kind of like blacked out, because I was like, man. I got back. I literally blacked out. I was like, dang, I could beat you up right now, because I used to love to fight. Like, and that's why I was going back into my old mode. And I was like, I can not say nothing. It was so many things going through my mind. But by the time I could do anything, react, we had servers from every nationality, like slapping them, punching them, scratching them, Asians, white, black, everything. And they was like, you racist. And I was like, whoa. And and then they pulled me. I was still stuck. I was like, what's going on right now? I'm sous chef. I've been working hard for this. They pulled me out, and it was like, we're quitting. I was like, what? We what? And I was like, yeah, I'm quitting. So I left that day I had $1,500 to my name. That's it. And quit right there. And I used that $1,500 to do a 10 by 10 pop-up stand while I sold wings. I popped it up. I think I had $1,500 I invested. I think I made like $3,000 or $4,000 that day. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, what? What's going on right now? Long line. People was like, oh, I had the donut wing with the sprinkles on it. And some people thought it was weird. They was like, we gonna try that though. And I was like, what's going on? I looked at the line. I was like, dang. It was so popping that the people from the restaurant, $1 million restaurant, came to my 10 by 10 stand, like writing down notes, like, what are you doing? Like, you can't do this. I can't do what? You can't just start a business like that. I was like, what? They came to my stand and said I couldn't start a business. And then there was something on their menu called bacon wrap mac and cheese. I created that, so I was getting a portion of it because I created for their menu, and that was the #1 seller. So they came to my stand. It was like, you can't sell that here. Like, you sold us the idea. I was like, give me paperwork while I sold you the idea. And they didn't. So I was like, you got to get out of here. And they was like, we're going to sue you. Nothing ever happened because they couldn't. So I was like, in that moment, I was like, I got something big. If a restaurant owner is coming to a 10 by 10 tent, it's a tent. And you're scared of a 10 by 10 tent. I was like, something big is going on here.
You had the people.
Yeah. So I was like, that's how it happened. $1,500 quit. And it was crazy because rent was due in 2 weeks, and I spent the whole $1,500. So I was like,
make a risk.
Yeah, that was the biggest risk. I had $0. Zero. Because I got the best pop-up canopy I could. I had my logo on it. And it's crazy because that same one I started with is the one I'm ending with. I'm doing a food tour right now. We popped that same thing up. Same exact tent from like 7-8 years ago.
That's lit. But that's belief in self.
Yeah. We changed the menu and stuff, of course, but it's the same tent. Like, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. I do want to talk about the food tour, but you mentioned something about, being discriminated. Now, being an African-American chef or a black chef, however you want to be called, you know what I'm saying? You got the tattoos. At the time, you had locks. Yeah. And you're in the Southern California area.
Yeah, Southern California.
Is there a lot of discrimination for, like, when you're, like, and you're in charge, you have your own catering company, so you're cooking for different events and corporations and stuff like that. Do you experience any type of racism or discrimination when you're doing that stuff?
Being a black chef, especially in that area, it's the most racist thing in the world. For years, I worked for like 7-8 restaurants. For years, I had to just brush it under the table, the black jokes, that, you know, they thought they were cool. They was like, yeah, man, hey, like, what does black people do? Like telling jokes, like eat fried chicken, like all of that. For years, I had to like, like did one of these side laughs, like, and then keep it pushing. Like people, like you have to deal with that a lot, man. And then when I go into a restaurant, I make a name for myself. So first day, I don't think so you have to start off as most people dishwasher, then you're a line cook. And to be a lead line cook, it has to be like months and months. I was always lead within a week because they come in, hey, you need to chop it. Oh, I already know. I know the julienne that. I know my mise en place, which is on my hand right here. Yeah. I got all my velouté, my bechamels, my espagnols. I got all my sauces. They're like, what, you know? I was like, yeah, I know. Like, I know everything. So I went in there, showed me what to do, boom, 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 quick. What's next? I got stuff done so fast that they're like, we have nothing else for you to do right now. The restaurant's empty right now. Like, it's a weekday. So, you know, there's a lot of prep during the week. They're like, you're fast. Yeah. So that people didn't like that either. They're like, man, who's this guy to come in and go crazy like
jealous?
I tell people I love it. Like, the thing with cooking, I love it more than a lot of people. A lot of people do it for money. I never started doing it for money. Yeah. And I still don't do it for money. Yeah. So, yeah, I got to feed my kids and stuff. So you're not going to, like, lowball me to where I can't pay my bills. But, like, it's more than that to me. Like, I was reading the Flavor Bible left and right. People don't even know what the Flavor Bible is. They never opened it up. Yeah. You know, I was learning, like, the scientific ways of doing things, like the deep fried water, the gastronomy. I know a lot about it. Yeah. You know, I've traveled to Florence, Italy, to Thailand. Yeah. You know, lived in both for 3 months. So, and in both. So, I think when I landed in Thailand, we're supposed to be a study abroad. And that was actually for winning the show, winning the competition in culinary school. I was able to do that. So I went there and I was like, yeah, you're supposed to just study, you know, go to school, study. I was like, after school, everybody else wanted to go out and see what the nightlife is. I went to restaurants and I was like, hey, I'll wash your dishes if I can see a vision of the kitchen, if I can see the kitchen from where I am and see what your chefs are doing. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, I just want to learn. And I was like, you know what, forget the dishes, come stand side by side with our chefs and see what they're doing. That's real. Like, we've never had anybody come in from America too and just like, hey, I want to, like, for free. I was like, oh, you don't got to pay me nothing. I just want to see what the chefs are doing.
It's obsession.
Yeah. You know, I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that they say when you want to do something, you got to be obsessed with it. If you want to be great, you have to become obsessed with your craft. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's what I feel like helped to propel you so quickly. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was on the line, like in the restaurants, or if it has to do with you as an entrepreneur and now a business owner. You know what I mean? Like, you're so obsessed with your craft and you're not doing it for the money. You're not doing it for the clout. You know what I mean? And that comes off in your energy. People attract to that. So that's like like the razzle dazzle, like the extra sauce. You know what I mean?
I've been hearing razzle dazzle a lot.
You know, that makes you and why, you know, your path has been so unique.
And then, like, I'm trying to be what every chef couldn't be. I want to do it all, because usually chefs can do one thing. Like, if you're cooking high-end food, you're only cooking high-end food. I can cook high-end food. I can cook social media food. I can cook Persian. I cook whatever food you want. And then that's when you said that you noticed that my catering menu was different than what I do. People don't understand that. I'm like, I don't go to these catering events and deep fry water and watermelon. They get the real food. You see all my menus.
Talk about it. What's some of the things on your menu?
Man,
the menu currently.
I have appetizers from, you know, hard-boiled eggs with Cajun shrimp on top. I got a lot of people want my barbecue menu where it's tri-tip, smoked for like 14 hours. We do lamb chops. We do lamb lollipops with a celery root puree.
Got the monkey bread.
Yeah, the monkey bread is so the monkey bread, I am the very first and the only to smoke monkey bread. There's never been any, because monkey bread is such an easy, simple dessert. Nobody ever took it above and beyond. They're like, it's just monkey bread. So I took it upon myself to use mesquite wood, smoking in front of the whole crowd. So when we're at a wedding and it's dessert time, we line it all up on the table. And I smoke every one of them in front of everybody. I pull it off. We put homemade ice cream on top, homemade caramel, homemade chocolate sauce, and we drizzle it on that thing. Gosh. It's a whole show. So
that sounds so good.
And I see hundreds of cameras out. It's like a show every single catering event. So that went around, and then we became like the #1 new catering company in the area.
So like, everything is homemade.
Everything is homemade. We make our ketchups. We make our mustard.
You make your seasonings.
Yeah, oh yeah, the seasoning. That seasoning right there, y'all definitely gotta take a bottle of that too.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
that seasoning is so addicting to people that people got mad at me when it sold out and they ran out. They're like, man, what am I gonna cook? What am I gonna use now? I'm like, what you been using before you thought of it? Like before you bought this? Like they're like, no, I can't go back to no other seasoning.
For sure.
And I was just talking to my little cousin, and she was like, I haven't used another seasoning in over a year. I was like, dang. And then people think I over exaggerate. I only use that seasoning.
Yeah.
I don't use no other seasoning. Like for the past, I think that's going on 2.5 years now. So yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
Absolutely, man. And yo, bro, I've been seeing you get into a lot of rooms, man. I seen you with Lil Wayne. I seen you with the cast of Bel Air.
Oh yeah,
you with Fat Boy. You with everybody, bro.
Yeah.
People want to know, man. How are you getting in these rooms, my brother? How you do it?
Social media is everything, man.
Social media is everything.
People see the content, they see the shade room, they see the viral posts, and they literally reach out to me like, hey man, like we want you here, we want you there. The whole thing with Lil Wayne, it was some dude, I forgot his name, man, but he threw a
Shout out to him anyway.
Yeah, he throws this pizza party every year, and I'm like, pizza party? First of all, I don't like pizza, so I was like, all right, whatever. And you have to have a certain amount of followers to even get in there. So my friends, like my close friends, couldn't come with me. I have a lot of friends. Shout out to all like my friends. I got millions of followers and stuff. But I wanted like my new friends to see that experience, and they couldn't get in because of their followers. And I was like, that's how it works now. You have to.
Dang.
So I went by myself. Met a dope dude, man. That he flew out from San Francisco to be there, and he's a millionaire. So I was like, man, I'm in this thing by myself. You know, invited me on stage next to Lil Wayne. What's the other dude name that was there? He got long hair. He's a DJ. He's like one of the most popular.
I feel like I know who you're talking about.
And I didn't know who he was. And people were like, because I was on stage, they was like, you don't know who you're next to? It was like, and then they started saying like some of the stuff that he's done. I was like, oh, I didn't know.
Can't remember his name.
Like, yeah, I don't remember his name.
Don't say anything. I don't know right now.
But yeah, so that's how I got in there. The Food Network reached out to me.
Yeah.
They saw
You won that, by the way.
Yeah, I won that show. And they reached out to me. I was like, hey, we got this show where people come out the grocery store, you cook with random ingredients, you don't know what's in the basket, but we have to tell you what to make. I'm like, I don't know what's in the basket, but you gonna tell me what to make? So I was like, yeah, we're gonna make, first round, you gotta make noodles. Yeah. I was the only chef that did not have noodles. So it was like, I looked over, all the other chefs had noodles in their basket. I didn't have none. So I made zucchini noodles, call them zoodles. So I did the zoodles, and they thought that was brilliant because I saw, a spiralizer. I know all the equipment. So I was like, I saw a spiralizer, and I was like, that's my only. I wanted to make homemade noodles. Yeah. I looked at the clock. I had like 10 minutes left. I was like, there's no way.
But the other chefs, were they rookie chefs? Were they professional chefs? Like,
oh no, they were amazing chefs. They was like some of the top chefs, really. Yeah. They've been on TV shows before. I was the only one. I think me and the other youngest girl, she was like an amazing line cook in Arizona. Yeah. We was the only ones that wasn't on TV. So they already been on TV. They already did this. They had restaurant. They had all kind of stuff already. So I was like, man, this is going to be hard to beat y'all. And their food was amazing. Like the things they created, I was like, dang.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, but when I got to that second round, it was it. Because it was ballpark bites, meaning everything that you get at a ballpark. And I was like, you deep fry a lot of stuff at a ballpark. I was like,
yep. Time to shine.
I was like, oh, y'all in trouble now. So like I did a corn dog. I saw Italian ground meat. It was like grounded up. I put I saw a string cheese. I put the string cheese inside, made my corn dog with the cornmeal. No, I didn't have cornmeal, so I had to use flour and water. Yeah. And the chef was like, how you do it without cornmeal? I was like, I don't know. But I made this corn dog with the Italian sausage, with the string cheese oozing out. They was like, man. Yeah. It was like, if you when I was making it, they were like, if he pulls this off, he's unstoppable. And all I heard that from the side, I was like, uh-oh. And I pulled it off, man. And I'm so nice. I learned you can't be too nice on TV. Yeah. It was a certain amount of fryers in the back. And one of the other girls, I seen her stressing, so I let her put her stuff in the fryer. Yeah. And I put all my stuff in the same basket. When you're battering anything, you can't do that because it's going to stick together. So all my stuff was falling apart. Yeah. So I had to cut my corn dog and make it look all fancy. So I was kind of like, it was smart, but then it was negative because they were like, this looks too fancy for a ballpark, but we see what you did out there. You let her use the basket. Yeah. But not again now.
Yeah.
Never, not no more. I gotta be rough with the next one. I had so many opportunities for more TV shows for other people, but I decided to partner up with my homie John Lucas. Shout out to John Lucas Givens, one of my brothers. and we creating like 2 or 3 shows right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me take a break from, Food Network, shout out to Food Network, all that's dope. But I was like, we're doing our own show now.
That's
Ownership.
Yeah, our own show.
For
And
sure.
people like family, like, you turned down this show. I was like, yeah, I'm turning down all of that because I believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I already did the TV. I proved my point. Now I want my own show. So
Absolutely, man. And so, man, it's been a lot. That was about 2 years ago.
2020, yeah,
2020?
like mid 2020 when I won that show.
So like a year and a half, 2 years
Yeah.
ago. It's been a lot of success since then. A lot of
Yeah.
changes. Let's talk
Lot.
about it. How has life changed for you? You don't got to get into too much details financially, but how has that changed for you mentally and just like with your family, with everything, your relationships? How has your life been different for you?
Man, life has changed a lot, but it showed me that even with the Food Network, that didn't get me to follow. I think after I won the Food Network show, maybe gained like less than 100 followers.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had to grind myself.
Yeah.
But the Food Network got me in the doors
Yeah.
of a lot of millionaires outside of social media. But
Yeah.
social media didn't really do much for me,
Yeah.
besides being able to put in my bio and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I had to grind, and I was like, man, I just was going crazy on the internet, like every day, like 3 posts a day, viral. Shade Room kept hitting me up, hey, can we post this? Can we post it? I was like, dang, I'm really making a name.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had like, when I won the Food Network, I had like less than 10,000 followers. And then I had like 50 from winning the Food Network. But then when I started going crazy on the internet, then it's 30,000, 40,000. I'm up to over 50 right now on Instagram and close to 200,000 on TikTok.
Yeah.
Getting partnership deals, got agents, like all that. When me and you talked, I didn't have none of that, man.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have an agent.
You been able to monetize a lot of this.
Yeah, had to, man. Monetizing yourself is the most important because you want to get paid for your craft, man. If you love social media, you should be getting paid for it.
Yeah.
I have shout out to JC. We call him a social media team member, manager. He does it all.
Yeah.
But he's definitely getting me right now.
Yeah.
You definitely have to have a strong team behind you. As far as social media, I have a strong team. As far as like my business, it's just me. Yeah, I have people that work for me. I hire people, but I don't have a business partner. I never had a loan. I never had an investor. It's all me. Yeah, just me. And then I'll be the first to announce right here with you, man. I'm opening up a restaurant.
Ooh.
September 1st.
Yes.
In the city of Temecula. I can't say where yet. I ain't gonna say the name, but they hear it first. I'm opening up a restaurant. People been waiting for years for this, so it's about to go crazy.
Lit.
What made you decide that it's time? That's time to do the restaurant, man.
For years, I was like, because I worked on food trucks, I was like, man, should I do a food truck? Because I know, I like talking to people. I like being around people. I like traveling, and that's gonna come. But I was like, man, let me do the restaurant first. I was like, it's time, because people been asking me for years and years, like, man, they always ask me, this food looks good, but where can I get it? And I'm like, nowhere, because you can't get it from catering.
Yeah.
I don't just, I mean, if you want me to come to your house privately and cook it, that's going to cost you like a whole lot of money. So I was like, you can't really get it nowhere. So now when people ask, I can say, yeah, you can get it here.
Yeah.
So this is going to go crazy.
Yeah, people are going to travel from all over.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
Let's talk about that, because you often talk about the importance of having a physical location.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely believe in that. I feel like a lot of people now, like, of course, with the internet boom and social media, a lot of people just have like e-commerce and things like that. But I honestly feel like you can never beat experience. You know what I mean? And I feel like throughout your journey, you've always given people experience. Like, even when you talked about the catering events, and then you have the whole show and everybody's phones are out, their cameras out, like, it's a whole experience. So for you to now have the restaurants, people are going to be traveling from all over to experience like the food, to experience your team, the whole shebang. So I feel like that's going to be so lit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be there with the team for a little bit. It's not, I'm not just gonna open up the spot and never be in there. I'm gonna be there, cooking right along with them. That's just what, to me, a business owner should do. You should be hands-on with everything.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm going to be there. It's going to be lit.
And you said that's September
1st, yeah.
First, that's like right before your birthday.
My birthday.
We gotta go to Cali.
He's gonna want to go to Cali.
I've been
for
wanting to go to
2
Cali.
years, man.
Y'all need to, man. Y'all need to come to Cali, man.
You
September.
gonna take care of us to come to Cali?
Oh, yeah, I got y'all, man.
Go to Cali.
And
Take care of us.
it's gonna be hot out there. Just letting y'all know.
Gonna be
I don't
hot.
know. Y'all say it's hot out here. It is hot out here, but
It's hotter out there.
It's a different type of hot out here.
It's humid.
yeah.
We still new to the Atlanta area. I'm from Florida though, so I'm used to the heat. You know?
It's hot out there. I've never been to Florida. It's hot out there too.
It's
I would think
hot,
beautiful
wet,
weather out there.
humid, everything. It's beautiful, man, but it's hot still.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? It don't get cold. It's California get. I don't think it get cold.
We got like a couple months out of the year that it gets cold, but not really. Like we don't really.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we don't get no snow. Well, some places you got to go up to like Big Bear or something like that, but you don't really get the snow. None of that. My kids like, man, we want the snow. I'm like, you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. It's not about the snow here.
Yeah.
Sure. Earlier, you talked about a food tour. Let's talk about that real quick. What's going on with the food from Paris to Paris?
Yeah, so the reason we started the food tour is because this is my last year with my baby, the pop-up stand.
Yeah.
That's where it all started.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go out with a bang. So we're literally taking this stand from city to city, state to state. We're literally taking this thing everywhere, popping it up, me and my team.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, let's do a tour because I knew I was opening a restaurant.
Yeah.
Now they know. Nobody knew.
That's smart.
But that's why I was like, I'm gonna go out with a bang for the last year. So we're doing from Paris to Paris. Paris, California is basically in my city. Moreno Valley and Paris go hand in hand. It's like, it's like a borderline where you just hop over, boom, and it's Paris. So a lot of people don't know it's a Paris, California.
Yeah.
And then we're ending in Paris, France.
That's
While I'm doing cooking classes
Yeah.
and things. I'm not popping up the stand out there because I want to know how to get it out there. But I'm going to be doing cooking classes and cooking with people out there too. So I'm going to end it like that. So
that's dope. And shout out to your marketing team for that name, or you, maybe it's you.
The Paris of Paris. I came up with that because, and then when I did,
the marketing team.
Yeah, it was like, what, Paris of Paris? That's genius.
Yeah.
Because that's our first event was in Paris, and Paris was where I started my career. That's where the hot dog. It was at the race auto speedway in Paris. That's why I started my whole career. So I went back there to start off the tour was where I started my career.
One of the first dishes you was making was hot dogs.
Hot dogs, man. Straight out of culinary school.
Hot dogs.
She had one of the first mobile Pink's hot dogs because Pink's hot dogs is in Vegas. It's originated in LA, in Hollywood. And she had a mobile one. Yeah. And she was like, we're going to go over everywhere making hot dogs. And she came to my culinary school. They laughed. All the students like, we ain't making no hot dogs.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll make the hot dogs. And then she did Coachella 7 years total. Started off with the Tupac hologram. That's when I fell in love. I was like, I'm making hot dogs. I can take a break and go see the Tupac hologram. Yeah. That was insane. I'll never forget that. But then we did it year after year. And then like on the third year, I was like, you know what? Let me make some little business cards, some staples or something. And I was able to give it to celebrities like Justin Bieber. I cooked for Jay Leno.
You weren't nervous handing out to those people?
Nah, not at all. I was like, man, I'm Trendy Chef.
Yeah.
I come here, and the thing that got them is I come to your house to cook for free. They was like, what? I was like, for free.
I hear that free stuff a lot. You've been saying free. Why is that important for you to offer your services for free?
Just starting off, man. Any entrepreneur starting off, man, sometimes like doing stuff and making connections is more important than money.
Yes.
I've traveled to celebrities' homes in the middle of the night for free. Woke my kids up.
Yes.
LA is 2 hours from where I live. People think I live in LA. I don't live in LA. People that's from other places. I traveled to LA 2 hours with my kids, meaning 2 hours. I still had to get there and shop for the food when I got there. Find like Winco is usually a 24-hour spot for us. I don't know if you have Winco out here.
Don't
if
know
you
what
heard
that is.
I don't eat wings. So I don't know.
No, not wings. Winco.
Oh,
So,
Winco.
Yeah,
Winco.
WINCO.
Wings, I'm hungry.
Winco grocery store, man.
Okay,
It's big in Cali. And
Got
it's
Kroger's.
is that 24 hours?
No.
I don't think
Nothing is
nothing.
24
Not even
hours.
Walmart anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's 24 hours. That never closes. So
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
I'm going to go out here. I'm going to go to Winco. I'm going to get the ingredients, and I'm going to go to his house and cook. Shout out to Donnie Savage, my brother, man.
Shout
That's
out to
my
Donnie.
brother right there. That's why I went to his house, had my kids, cooked for him, and, cooked for him for free. And then a year later, come around, he hit me up for a TV show. So that's why connections,
Relationships are everything.
Yeah.
relationships, connections are more important than money, man. I cook for so many
I
celebrities.
gotta get you a
for free.
shirt. I got a shirt that says that. I gotta get you one.
I need that. Yeah, I need that. Cause, so many celebrities, man, cooking for them, and then I became friends with them. And now they give me what I deserve. Like, if they want me to cook, they know I'm coming with some money for Trendy. So
A question that I love to ask, bro, is why are relationships so important?
because it's like those connections, especially with people that have been doing it, like everybody that I've cooked for free, they've been doing it. They know about the social media, know about marketing. So you want to get knowledge from them,
Yep.
and you want to create that bond with them. I had celebrities where they was like, hey, come and cook. I was like, this time don't pay me nothing, man. Let me cook. Let's play basketball. Let's hang out for the day. And they like that. They're like, man, that's dope. So relationships, learning. Like I saw Lil Boosie offer like, I think like 10 grand in cash or to sit down with him.
Yeah.
I would have took the sit down.
Yeah.
And then somebody else offered like 20 grand. I was like, I would have took the sit down over. You can offer
Oh,
$1
so
million.
you're taking that lunch with Jay-Z then?
Yeah, that lunch with Jay-Z. Oh man, that's worth way more.
You
than
might cook
any
them the
dollar.
lunch.
Yeah, that's worth more than any dollar sign, man.
Yeah.
Because the knowledge that you're gonna get from them is priceless, man. That's what you need. If you in it for the money, you won't last long, man. That money gonna go away. But if you have the knowledge, you always know how to make money.
I know you had a question about relationships.
Yeah, so over your journey so far, have you had any like pitfalls when it came to relationships? Like, you know how like what do people say when they be like, oh, this person like got on and changed, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or like
changed.
like they came into money or they came into fame or whatever the case may be, is they change, and then you've had like relationships that might have like,
They also say success is lonely at the top.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely had people like that. A couple of people, man, to where, I got played. I'll go out, cook for them. They'll promise to, post me or tag me. Somebody that has millions and millions of followers. I ain't gonna say his name, but he always gives out Teslas. They should know who that is. Yeah, he's in LA. He gives out a lot of Teslas. But that's one. That's one person. And he didn't tag me. He didn't tag none of the people there. And I was like, man. I was like, all right, cool. And it's crazy because I was like the first. I think that was in April 2020. It's like the first big like social media celebrity that I like was able to cook for, and he has one of the biggest followings on YouTube.
Yeah.
One of the biggest followings on YouTube. I'm talking. He posts a video, it gets millions in minutes.
That would have been amazing for you.
Yeah, so I remember just being there because I'm a shoe guy. I grew up with like nothing. Like I don't even know if y'all know what ponies are, but there's a shoe called Ponies. I used to get made fun of because that's all my dad could afford. They was like $5, and hanging out with them. They had the Teslas, they had the Balenciagas. And this was only a couple years ago. Wow. And I was like, one day I'm going to get that. Now I have Teslas and Balenciagas. 10 years later. That's crazy. I didn't know it was going to happen that fast. I was like, man, maybe like 5, 6, 7 years from now. But I literally was looking at their shoes like, yo, I'm wearing Balenciagas. Man, I never seen those in person. Like, I'm so new to this success. People don't understand. I'm only 2 years into this. So that was 2 years ago that I could not afford Balenciagas. I could not afford a Tesla. And I was literally looking like they all pulled up with Teslas. They all had on Balenciagas. I was like, man, I was just like excited. And so I was like, man, this is crazy. I'm hanging out with y'all. That means I can have that one day. Fast forward 2 years later, I have a closet full of Balenciagas and I have a couple of Teslas. Like,
how does that feel? Like, what's that feeling like, being able to afford the things that you weren't able to afford only 2 years ago? I remember you was sharing, like, you were sleeping on the floor, you was in your car. So like that growth, and it's been quick. Yeah. How's that been for you? What's that like?
It's still surreal, man. It's like, man, how did this happen so fast? Because once you get it, to me, it's not even about the money. It's like accomplishing what you said you're going to do. I said I was going to get a pair of Balenciagas and a Tesla, and I did it. So it's not like it don't matter about the money it took to get that and stuff. I'm like, man, I really got that. Like, and even my son, he was like, Dad, you said that like a couple years ago that you was going to start getting Balenciagas and Tesla.
Manifestation.
And people were like, no, you're not. Like, it was like, a lot of people told me, no, you're not getting this and that. It's all material things, but to me, it's like working that hard to be able to get it. But now that once you get it, it's like, all right, this is cool. But it's like now we want more. Like, financial freedom. Now we want the money coming in while we sleep. So that's the goal, man. I've done everything from, and still doing. People don't know I have like online stores where you can buy blow up mattresses and candles and and I don't even promote none of that.
Wow.
I don't promote none of that because it sells for itself. But I don't even promote my catering. I'm never on my catering page. I don't post. And I didn't get a chance to promote it because I'm always booked. Last year we were booked the whole year. Starting like once January hit, we had events all the way up to December 15th.
I love it.
So I was like, man, I don't even promote this. And people are like, how are you doing it? I've never marketed or promoted my catering company. I might have posted like a little something, never paid for advertising, nothing. So I was like, dang, that's crazy. I love
it.
They didn't believe in you, but God did.
God did.
God did.
Drake did.
But speaking about promotion, bro, we definitely gonna let you promote, man. I see you over here with your stuff right now. Do a little promotion, bro. I'm finally
gonna be releasing this. People been waiting on this for over a year. It's the clothing line. That's the hat where it's no color. We don't have the logo not in color. We don't have it in black and white. We don't have it colorful. But this mocks like the I don't know. I don't watch like anime or none of that crazy stuff. But not crazy. Shout out to people that watch anime.
We watch it.
My son loves it. He's trying to get into it. I'm trying to get into it.
Oh, we
But,
got shorts.
This
We
was
gonna
like
get some shorts.
this was like mocking one of the Asian. It's one of the, I don't know what it is. My son knows.
One
but
Piece?
It's a Japanese designer.
yeah, it's like and then I was like, okay, I took different colors, but it's colorful just like that, and I put like the spatulas and stuff in the back with the trendy, like with the hat, with the TC on the hat. So I was like, man, this is dope. And then I showed it to a couple designers. I was like, man, this could be big. This is dope. I like this. And I just been holding on to it. I trademarked. I own everything about. I have all the paperwork on it. So I was like, yeah, I can show it now. And it still has not dropped. No one has it yet. So
Yeah, no, that's dope. I'm gonna need one. They big head. Are they big head friendly?
yeah, yep. They big headed friendly.
I need that. I need one for me. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ship you one for sure.
Definitely.
And then take one of these seasonings for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Got
So
you.
the seasoning is, it's vegan. You can
Okay.
put on, yeah, 'cause
He
I
know
know
the
you gotta-
vibes.
yeah. So it's literally everything seasoning. You can put on whatever you want.
Fair.
And it has the sea salt in it. It has like some of the healthier ingredients, but it's still, it's still seasoning. You don't want to overdo it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, yeah.
it's gonna put flavor on whatever you want it to, from
Nice.
shrimp to cauliflower. I do a vegan option at all of my events. So
You gonna get us right? Don't worry. I
yeah,
see the luggage back here, man. Talk a little bit about that, man. I see
Yeah.
the line. You a Leo or something?
yeah. Leo, man, August 11th, Opulent, Men's Club, man. If they want that, it sells out fast. So you can use
It's fly.
you can use a promo code Trendy Fashion, and you can get a discount on that. They have red, black, gold. They have it all, man.
For
I
sure,
love
for
it.
sure. And while I have you, bro, speaking about clothing, man, I want to gift you something from Golden the brand. I
Uh
want to give it to you on air.
Let me see.
You know what I'm saying? It's a little surprise.
Should I open it now?
You can open it, man. You can open it. You don't got to put it on now.
Hold on, my headphones gonna say.
Yeah, it's okay. If you don't have to.
Oh, you don't. You don't have to.
Let me open
He got a
it.
lot going on.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
okay.
okay.
Let me see what this.
I forgot he got the hat on.
I wish I knew that his son loved anime. You got to tell us his sizes so
Oh
we
yeah,
can ship
yeah,
him
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh yeah. He gonna
sure.
love y'all.
For sure.
For sure, get him
I
some
see
shorts.
I see y'all right here.
You see it. Got the marketing.
Yeah, that's like, already. So that's what y'all got on right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She handmade everything,
You
man.
made that?
She handmade.
Yeah.
She handmade you a gift too.
Hold on, let me see. Oh, dang, y'all got the gold. Dang,
Oh, yeah,
y'all doing
yeah,
it big.
Yeah, you know the gold.
Let me put these down. Hold on, let me open this up.
For sure.
See what we got here.
I don't
And
know.
you made this?
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know if you wear velvet in
I wear it
hot
all.
California,
What?
but
We had to get you some Hoochie
Hey.
Daddy shorts.
hoochie daddy for the summer.
I've been seeing the popular. I'm wearing.
For
We just
sure.
talking about that. We just talking about that too. I'm wearing a hoochie. Hey, you got to stay up to the trend. Everybody doing a hoochie. That watch me do a post.
You
and
are a
I'm gonna tell
trendy
y'all.
daddy.
Yeah, that's. I'm gonna do a post in that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at the beach or something. One of those little Baywatch runs.
Yes.
Yeah, that's dope. I
Out in
appreciate y'all.
Cali, of
Nah.
course.
Yeah, and son, if you gonna be watching this, you ain't stealing. My son steal everything.
Now we gonna get him some shorts.
Yeah.
Let us know
He
his
gonna have
size.
some for
everything.
himself.
Some anime.
Yeah, he's still
Tell us- this,
everything.
this let me know his favorite anime.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what do you say? Is it One Punch
One Piece.
Man?
One Piece.
Is that what we talking about?
Naruto. Is that
Naruto. At least you know the names.
Yeah.
You pay attention to the kids.
Yeah, and those little clouds. I don't know what those clouds. What's those clouds called?
That Koski symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, that's it. That's all over his room. That's
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
Oh yeah, we
That's
gonna
one of
get
our-
him right.
yeah,
We gonna get him right.
We gonna
Didn't
get him
y'all have like a it was a do-rag or something with that on it, or y'all had something with that?
Oh,
on
we
it?
got the shorts, man. But yeah, we used to do the do-rags too, man.
That's crazy.
Shout out to Sat. That's her mother's company, the Sat. Rags.
Dope.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember that. I remember
For
that. I
sure.
didn't know what I didn't know what it was. They put you up on game.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure.
He said that's
man.
fly, man.
Mhm.
So
For
appreciate
sure.
y'all.
Nah, we
Thank
appreciate
you.
you, man. We definitely appreciate you for coming back to the show, man. You the
Yeah.
Yes.
first person I think to do the second interview.
Mhm.
The first one to do it with the experience. Shout out to the plug ATL. Shout out to Mellow Vision.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's about to be dope, brother. But you got a lot going on, man. I'm proud of you, man. Down from the seasonings, right, to the merchandise, to the artwork, to the restaurant coming. You know what I'm
Man.
saying, man? It's a lot.
Cookbook
Cookbook coming.
on the way.
The culinary classes, the nonprofit
Yeah, and another first, we're coming out with a whole barbecue grill set,
barbecue grill.
Nice.
and that's coming with a cookbook. So if you want
Yes.
the first ever cookbook, you got to get the barbecue grill set.
First ever.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna need that.
I never had my cookbook out. Like people been asking me for that for years too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that. I need everything you're doing, bro. Just send it to me, bro. I
yeah,
got
I
you.
got so much going on, man. I feel like who does? I think Master P does all this.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, but that,
You know,
that's the blueprint right there.
yeah. So I'm trying to just do everything, man,
Yeah.
and even like scale out of like chefing. You know, do the real estate, own property. I'm doing it. I'm trying to do it all, man. So
Yeah.
next year, we gonna have to have another interview.
Oh yeah,
we gonna do a
yeah.
yearly thing.
We gonna be like Vlad and Boozy.
Yeah, yeah. I know that's crazy. I've been saying that. So yeah, man, because you gonna change, I'm gonna change, our lives gonna change. We gonna stick, be here for each other, man, and we gonna hold each other down, man.
If you're not growing, bro, if you're not staying in motion, if you're not moving, you're not growing, you staying still, you're dead, bro. And we only speak life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you have any closing words, my queen?
No, this was awesome.
Absolutely.
I feel like I learned so much.
Absolutely.
Even more, and it was just dope. Like hearing your story, hearing your journey, it's inspiring. I hope it inspires everybody that listens to this episode.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Oh yeah, they gonna be listening. This gonna be out. Yeah.
For
sure.
sure.
And I cannot close without asking. I asked this question. I asked this question to all my guests. Trendy, what's your definition of success?
I always tell people I don't want to be successful. I don't want any money, anything, unless I can change lives. If I can't change lives, I don't want it. I don't want the money. I don't want any of that. It's changing lives is my definition of success. You're successful when you can change other people's lives, when you get people off the street, when you can get people from out of jail. Ain't no use to doing none of this. Like I wouldn't want any of this today if I couldn't change lives, man.
Impact.
Impact,
man. And that's what we're trying to do here on the Fly on the Wall show, man. So guys, please make sure that you like, you comment, you subscribe. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok barely, but I'm gonna learn from
Let's do some TikToks, man.
Yeah,
I gotta do them before we leave, man.
Absolutely, we gotta get on the TikTok,
TikTok
man. The TikTok
right
thing, absolutely, man. Social media is everything. Social media will change your life. It's changed my life. It's changed her life. It's definitely changed Trendy's life, man. And brother, I wish you nothing but success.
Appreciate it.
And guys, that's all we have for you today. It's been another special episode of the Fly on the Wall show. It's your boy J.R. Lee, brought to you by Food for Thought Network, sponsored by Golden the Brand. Thank you guys so much.
Bye guys.